Hello, Yinglich Medlach. Tonight we're going to have another story of Yeshua conquering Eretz Yisrael. We're on to the next city. Yeshua and the Yidden already crossed the Yam Suf and took over Yericho and Ai. And the Yidden are camped in the area called Gilgal. That's where the Mishkan is. And the Yidden are surrounding this area. This is somewhere in the center of Eretz Yisrael. And all the goyim around the Yidden are very, very scared because every city that the Yidden go to, they conquer. Now, there was a group of goyim, they were called the Giveon, and they lived in Giveon. And they were very, very close to where the Yeshua and the Yidden were. And the people of Giveon, they were very afraid of the Yidden. And they thought, you know what? Instead of fighting the Yidden, let's make a peace treaty with the Yidden. So they told their king, let's make a peace treaty. The king said, no, we're not going to make a peace treaty. The people said, well, maybe the king doesn't want it, but we need to. So the people came up with a very, very good idea. They said, what we're going to do is we are going to make believe we're from a very far away area, and we're going to make believe we're from far, and we're going to ask Yeshua to make a peace treaty with us. And once he promises that he makes a peace treaty with us, then, and only then, we're going to tell him that we're actually right from here from Giveon. And that was their plan. So what they did was, they got themselves very, very old clothes. A whole bunch of people got themselves old, raggedy, ripped up clothes. And they got themselves flasks of wine and they tore it up. They scrubbed it to make it look old. And they got themselves bread, and they dried the bread out, and they tried making it look as old as possible, broken pieces of bread. And they put a lot of dust on their horses and on themselves. And here they got on the horses, and they started going to the Jewish camp. Now, they were afraid that if they're going to ask Yeshua to make peace with them, Yeshua's not going to listen, and Yeshua's going to conquer them. This is why they wanted to make peace with this trick. So they came to the camp, all dressed up in these old, ripped up clothes and ripped up food and old wine, and so dusty. And they came, and they said, we want to speak to the elders of the Jewish community. And the people brought them to Yeshua and the elders, the Nesiim, and they said, Yeshua, we heard about the great miracle of Yetzias Mitzrayim and crossing the Yarden and taking over Yericho and all those miracles that you had. So our leaders sent us from a very far away country to come and to make peace with you. And Yeshua and the Nesiim said, wait, where are you from? How do we know you're not from here? Well, no, we're from a very old place. Look at our clothes. Look at our food. When we left, we had nice clothes. We had nice full barrels of wine. We had nice warm bread. But now look at everything. We're from such a far, long journey. Back in the day, you can't just get in a plane and go. You have to travel by foot all the way across mountains and deserts and lakes. And all the elements in those places can make all your clothes and your food very dirty and dusty and worn out. And therefore, they said, look, we're from such a faraway place. We're not from here. We just want to make peace with you. Our leaders sent us from this faraway place. We don't even know what happened recently. Maybe more miracles happened. But regardless, we want to make peace with you. And Yeshua and the elders said, you know what? They look like nice people. Let's make peace with them. And they shook hands and they swore that they're going to make peace with them. And the people went back to their town. Later on, the news spread that these people were actually the Giveonim. They were the Goyim that lived in Giveon. They were right there. And when the Yidden found out, the Yidden came to Yeshua and elders and they said, what did you do? You just made peace with the Goyim. You just swore to them. You can't break your promise. Now, they're going to be able to live right here, right next to us. Giveon is not too far away from Yerushalayim. It's right in the middle of Eretz Yisrael. So Yeshua came to them and said, why did you trick us? Because you tricked us, we're going to honor our promise. We're not going to hurt you. But you people, you Givonim, you're going to be water carriers, and you guys are going to be wood choppers. You're going to be working for us like slaves, and that's the only way we're not going to hurt you. And they agreed. And later on, when they built the Beis HaMikdash, the Givonim were the ones that did all the hard work, the dirty work, and labor, and the cleaning, and the water carrying, and the wood chopping, and the bricklaying, etc., etc. And they agreed, and the Yidden agreed. But the Yidden were okay with it, and the Givonim were okay with it. But guess who wasn't okay with it?
Hashem.
Oh, not Hashem. Well, maybe, but also the Goyim that lived right next to the Givonim. They said, hey, how can you make peace with Yeshua? He's coming to take away our land. We have to fight them. So there were a whole bunch of kings that decided that they're all going to get together and they're going to fight the Yidden. The king of Hebron and Yarmush and Egloin and Lachish. These were all big cities back then. They all got together and they said, let's fight the Givonim for making peace with the Yidden. And they started sending out calls to all their people that lived in their towns. Come and let's get together. Let's get a big army and fight the Givonim. And they started heading towards Giveon. Big camps of many, many soldiers. The Givonim found out about it. 2 spies saw the big camp of Goyim that were coming to attack Giveon. And they quickly ran to the city and they said, guys, what are we going to do? The Goyim are coming to hurt us because we made peace with the Yidden. Let's go tell the Yidden real quickly that they should come and help us. They made peace with us. And they quickly ran to Yeshua and they told Yeshua, the Goyim are coming to hurt us. You made peace with us. You have to come help. Yeshua said, you're right. Let's go, Yidden. Let's fight all those Goyim that are trying to hurt the Givonim. And Yeshua and the Yidden got together. Hashem told Yeshua, don't be afraid, Yeshua. Hashem is going to give you over the Goyim into your hands. And Yeshua told the Yidden, let's go, Yidden. Let's not be afraid of them. Hashem is with us. And the Yidden started running towards the Goyim. And the Goyim started running towards the Yidden. And all of a sudden, Hashem started shaking the floors, and people weren't sure what's going on, and they got all mixed up, and everybody started running in all directions. All the Goyim were running in all directions, and they see the Yidden coming towards them, so they started running, and the Yidden started chasing them down and started taking out one by one with their swords, taking out the Goyim that tried hurting the Givonim and the Yidden. And that day, many, many people in the Goyim's camp died from that war. But as they were running away, they were getting away from the Yidden. Hashem saw that they were getting away from the Yidden. Hashem made a big miracle. All of a sudden, when they were going down a big hill, huge hailstones started coming down.
What?
Big hailstones. These were the leftover hailstones from Mitzrayim. Many, many years before, there was Makas Barad in Mitzrayim. And Parai asked Moshe Rabbeinu to stop the hail. And Moshe Rabbeinu stopped it. And now, the Makkah didn't go for a full 7 days. It was supposed to go the entire time. Moshe Rabbeinu stopped it early. So Hashem took all the extra Barad and dropped it on the Goyim. And more Goyim died from the Barad from Mitzrayim. That day, when Yeshua, this was 40 years after Mitzrayim, more Goyim died from the Barad than from all the swords. And many, many people ran away. And Yeshua and the Yidden were able to conquer all the Goyim. But then it started becoming night. And Yeshua was afraid that the sun is going to go down and the Yidden wouldn't be able to see where they're running towards. So Yeshua looked at the sun And he said, sun, stop. And Hashem made a big, huge miracle. And Hashem stopped the sun. And then when the sun stops, it's the whole world sees the sun stops. And everybody's like, hey, it's 8 o'clock. Why is it still light outside? The sun's supposed to be down. They didn't know in the beginning what was going on. This is so crazy. What's happening? Where's the sun? And then the people in China or in America were like, why is it still night? It's supposed to be sunny over here. All because Yeshua stopped the sun. And the whole world found out. This wasn't just a little war that happened in Eretz Yisrael. This became world news because the sun stopped. Everyone knew that Yeshua stopped the sun in Giveon. And sun stopped, moon stopped. And this was a huge miracle. The Yidden were able to finish off all the Goyim. And that was the end of the fight in Giveon. Later on, Yeshua, all the Goyim in the south came, the 5 nations, Hebron, Yarmos, Lachish, Eglon, lots of cities, they got together, the cities in the south of Eretz Yisrael. They all came together to fight Yeshua, and Hashem said, don't be afraid. They may have people that are hundreds and thousands, so many like the sand on the sea, but might doesn't win. It's Hashem's will that wins. If you do what Hashem wants, you're going to win. And this way, Hashem made a big miracle. He made it much easier for the Yidden. All the guys from the south came to fight. And all the Goyim got together, and in one big war, the Yidden conquered all of them. The Yidden, for many, many days, the Yidden were fighting for 7 years. Later on, we'll see more stories of the Yidden fighting in the north, but right now they're fighting in the south. And the 10 kings quickly ran away when they saw that the Yidden were winning. The Yidden came and started winning. And Yeshua sent guards to go find them. The guards found the king hiding in a cave. 5 kings were all hiding in a cave. So the guards put a big, huge stone at the beginning of the cave, at the entrance of the cave, so the king couldn't leave. And they told Yeshua about this. Yeshua said, bring the kings here. They brought the kings to Yeshua. And Yeshua told the guards, I want you to put your foot on their neck. Stand on their neck. That's what the guards did. They were very afraid because these were very big kings. The king of Yarmos, king of Hebron, king of all these places. Imagine standing on the king's neck. Yeshua wanted to show the Yidden that when we go in the ways of Hashem, nobody stands in our way. And we could stand on their neck. And they're like our slaves, even the kings. And that's what happened. Yeshua put them out, and they all passed away. And Yeshua took all those kings and put them back in that big cave that they were hiding in originally, and put a big rock on the cave, and that was the end. More kings started fighting in the north. They all got together, all the Goyim from the north, lots of different cities, Chatzar, Carmel, but the same story again and again and again. All the Goyim came together, and the Yidden fought them, and the Yidden won hundreds of wars. For 7 years, the Yidden were fighting, and the Yidden won almost the entire Eretz Yisrael. There was a little bit in the south, like Gaza, that the Yidden didn't take over yet, and in other places in the north that the Yidden didn't take over. But most of the places, Yeshua and the Yidden took over. Now, you could ask, why is it that the Yidden are allowed to take away land from other people? Well, you remember that Hashem created the whole world, and Hashem gave the land to who He saw fit. Hashem gave it to them, and Hashem, especially Eretz Yisrael, if you do have errors, you get kicked out of that land. Hashem took it away from them, and He gave it to us, to the Yidden, forever. And that's why the land belonged to the Yidden. Hashem decided to give it to the Yidden. We see from all these miracle stories, Yeshua conquered in total 31 kings in Eretz Yisrael. 31 kings of their towns and their cities all fought Yeshua and the Yidden. And the Yidden won all of them. Eventually, when the Yidden finished, for another 7 years, they divided the land. Yeshua stood there with Elazar, and they measured out the land, and they measured exactly how much for each shevet. They gave the south part to Yehuda, the northern part to Manasseh and Ephraim and Asher and Dan, and everybody got pieces of land in Eretz Yisrael. All the Shvatim. Reuven, Gad, and half of Shevet Menashe got on the other side of the Yarden, got a special part, Oig Melcha Bashan, and Sichon's land. And in Eretz Yisrael, the rest of the Yidden got. And